say it's working with a triangle that seems to be a right triangle. Why do I say it seems to be a right triangle? It looks like it because it looks like it has a what type of degree angle? 90 degree. But it doesn't really tell us that, so we're going to assume that's what it is. All right? So the first thing we need to know, it says is if AB is equal to 5 inches and AC is equal to 13 inches, what is the area of the triangle ABC? What's the problem with that? We don't know what the sides are. So we have to label our what? Triangle. So we're going to label this side A. This side B. And this side C. Right? So we got all our sides. Everybody good? So then they tell us what each side is. It says from A to B, it's what? 5 inches. 5 inches. And then it says from what? A to C is what? 13. And so what are we looking for?
The area.
C. We're looking for this side over here, and we're looking for the area, which is good. He answered the question. Because it didn't really ask us what B to C was. It asked us what the what was. The area. But in order for us to find the area, we're going to have to find out how far it is from B to C. So we have a right triangle, and we have two sides. What formula is going to help us out? Pythagorean theorem. And the Pythagorean theorem says A squared plus B squared equals C squared. This will be side A, this will be side B, and this will be side C. Okay? Now, in order for us to get this right, we have to have a B squared by itself, right? So that means we're going to end up moving this A squared to the other side. So we really have B squared is equal to C squared minus A squared. Right? So now we can start putting some numbers in there. So we know that the B side is, the B squared we don't know. And the C side we know is 13 squared minus A squared, which is going to be what? 5 squared. Now when you get to this point, you probably want to go ahead and just use your calculators. Because you can punch it in just like you said, 13 squared minus 5 squared. Okay? So as we punch in our calculators, 13 squared minus 5 squared, we can punch in just how we see it. We don't have to change anything. That's the good thing about our calculators. They work well with it. So let me get in here. Let's clear some of this junk out. And we're going to have 13 squared minus 5 squared. You know what we wrote down over there? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit enter. So we know that's going to be what? 144. So I have B squared is equal to 144. Yeah, we're going to have to get 12. Why do we have to get 12 and not just leave this side being 144? Yeah. So we have to get rid of the square. We just want one of the B's. We don't want that square. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to square root both sides. And that's all you do. Because when you're in algebra, whatever you do, one side have to be together. So then we have B is equal to 12. So now I know that this side right here is 12. Is that what we wanted to find?
Yeah.
No. Yes, we want to find the side. What are we going to do with this side of information? We're going to go ahead and we're going to find out what the area is. What is the area of a triangle? Base times height. No. Divided by 2. Y'all are thinking volume. Length times width times height. When you're trying the area of a triangle, it's base times height divided by 2. So we're going to do 5 times 12 divided by 2. Well, 5 times 12 is going to give me 60. Divided by 2 is going to give me 30. So the area is equal to 30 inches squared. So which one of that will be? D. So I made you do 2 different parts. It made us find what the side was, and it made us find out what the area was. All right, now we got to read the next one and find out what our important information is. All right, what does it say about Felix? He does what? $5 per hour babysitting. $5 per hour babysitting. That's important. $9 per hour mowing. $9 per hour mowing yard. 40 hours in 1 week at both jobs. 40 hours in 1 week. By the way, is that full time or part time? If you work 40 hours. Full time. Okay, and both jobs wants to put what? 10% of his earnings in savings. What additional information is needed to determine how much Felix will put into savings? So this whole entire line is important because this is what we want to find out. Always highlight or underline your question because you want to know what you have to answer. So it says, what additional information is needed? The average hourly wage of both jobs. Do we need to know how much he makes for the babysitting and the mowing lawns? Yes. Or do we already know that information? We already know that information. So A cannot be an answer choice. So what you do is you mark it off. When you mark things off, that eliminates answer choices, and that way you don't have to be worried about that one. The average weekly income. No, they say, well, actually they say he only has 40 hours a week. He works 40 hours a week, but do you know how much money he's making now? No. The number of hours worked, number of hours he works at each job. Yes. Yeah, we're going to know how much he works at each job, because what's that going to determine?
How much he got paid.
How much he's getting paid for those 40 hours a week, because it didn't say how much he worked 20 here and 20 there. We have to find out how much they work for each job. So this one has to be our answer, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So C is my answer. Are there any questions?
Nope.
All right, let's go on to float my boat. Okay, the first thing on float my boat is you're going to like doing this exercise because you're going to get to trace like you used to do when you were in elementary. Everybody likes to draw. Everybody likes to draw. So the first thing on the first page what we need to do is we're going to have to find the coordinates for all of our corners. So I have a bigger graph up here if you can't see it, but I'm going to ask everyone to give me a coordinate, okay? So like Cap, what is the coordinate for A? 0, 3. Now if you look on your paper, down on the table, you actually have a table, so you can be filling your table. I'm just going to mark them on my graph. That way you know which ones I'm talking about. Okay, what about B? 3, 3 is B? Thank you, sir. Find you. C. What's C? 3, 5. Thank you, sir.
It was daydreaming.
It was like, what's going to answer that? Tell me.
3 and 8.
3, 8. All right. What about E? What about it? 5, 5. Okay, what about F?
Just enough.
Oh, Joanne. 6, 3. Okay, and what about G?
3 more.
That was easy.
Okay, so did you fill in your table accordingly? So on A, you put what? A 0, and then what? 3. And then on B, you put what?
3,
3, and a 3. I think we have a line in the middle now.
Yeah.
Okay. What about C?
35,
3, then a 5,
38,
3, then an 8,
5, 5,
and we have 5 and a 5.
6, 3,
We have 6, then a 3,
3,
and then we have 3, and then a 1. So I got that down? Any questions on how we got those scores? All right. What I need for you to do is go to the next page, and with your petty paper, I need you to take your patty paper, put it over your graph. Does it fit over the entire graph? Okay. I don't think you're going to need the entire graph. What I think you need to do is to go ahead and just trace the boat. You need to trace the boat. And when you trace your boat, make sure you put all of the letters where they're supposed to be. So everybody trace the boat. All right, now everybody got them traced?
So you would check multiple?
Let's read what the direction tells us to do. We're going to trace the axis and figure on the patty paper, which is what you did. You're going to perform each of the transformations in the table by moving the patty paper. So you're going to have it on your original boat and move it the way it tells us to move. Record the new X and Y coordinates in the tables below. Describe in words and in symbols the patterns you observe in the coordinates. All right, everybody put your patty paper on the original boat. I got on the original boat. It tells us to translate the boat 2 units down. So with your patty paper, move it down 2 units. No, don't trace it again, just move your boat. Alright. Now what you need to do, everybody got it down 2 units? Your coordinates should change. So what we need to do is rewrite what our new coordinates is going to be. Did we handle that? Alright, so when you moved it down, I believe D went right there. C was right here, moved down 2, and so it's going to be where B was. E went down 2, so it's going to be here.
So we trace it?
Yeah, go ahead and, actually, yeah, you can trace it if you want. No, you can trace it if you want to, or you can just read through the patty paper with the new coordinates. It's up to you. Okay?
Where are you at, man?
On the bottom part. Oh my goodness. So does your new one kind of look like what I have in the green? Yeah, look like that. All right, so now what we have to do is to go down here, we're going to record our new coordinates. So what is A going to be now?
0, 1.
It's going to be a 0, 1, so we're going to write down 0 here, and a 1 here. We got that? What is our new B going to be?
31.
3, then a 1. Everybody follow me? What's our new C going to be? That's gonna be at 3, 3. Yeah, you're right, 3, 3. Yeah, but I mean, you probably have it on yours. And then you're gonna have, my new D is gonna be where, 3, 6? What about my new E? I got 5 and what? 5, 3? Is that right?
It's E, right? Oh, yeah.
5, 3. What about my F? 6, 1. And then finally G. 3 negative 1. Anybody have any questions? How we got those coordinates? Any at all? Okay. Now what you're going to do is we're going to talk about how they change. Now they're talking about from the one that's on the front. All right. At first, A was 0, 3. Now let's look at X now. Is X still the same? Yes. So right here we write down stay same. Or you can write down no change, whichever way you want. However, my Y was a 3, it's now a 1. So what happened? If it was a 3 and now it's a 1, what happened? It decreased 2 or moved down 2, so we can also, what's another word? What's a mathematical term? Subtract. Subtract 2?
Subtract.
Yeah, subtract 2, so we can write down subtract. 2, or you could say decrease 2. Either way, it's going to mean we're going to minus 2, isn't it? Now, when it says in symbols, when it says X, it is changing? No, so it's going to say X. However, on Y, we're going to have to put Y minus what? 2. Y minus 2. Does everybody see what we have to do on each one? Yeah. Any questions? So after you rewrite the new table, you compare it to the original table, and you tell me what happened. You tell me in words and you tell me in symbols. There you go. All right, you're going to have the rest of the class here to finish this sheet and anything you didn't finish yesterday, okay? You're going to need your patty paper to do so. You're also, if you notice, the next page says try without a grid, okay? So after you practice it with the grid, it's going to ask you to do it without it. And then on the next page, it's going to ask you to reflect. So what's going to happen when you reflect across the x-axis? Yeah, well, you can do it by the y. It's going to flip across the x, and if it's going across the y, it's going to flip across the y-axis. Remember, this is the x-axis, so it should flip down. This is the y-axis, so it should do what? Flip across. Everybody got me? And then you'd write down when you tell me what happened. Everybody got me? All right, and then the last page is asking for a verbal description, and then it's going to ask you to generalize it. For instance, the first time it says translate the figures 2 units down. When we moved it 2 units down, you already wrote it down in your table. It was an x, and what happened to the y? The y was y minus what? 2. That's all it's asking me for. Everybody follow me? And at the bottom, it's asking us to do it on a calculator. We don't have to do it on a calculator, not today. Okay? So all you have to do is those other 2 pages, finish this table, and then you're done. Everybody got me? Yes. All right.